Okay. All right, welcome to episode 1 of Tier Tuesdays. Today we're ranking NFL quarterbacks. You got B Money and Prank Sinatra.
So,
How we doing? All right, let's start. You want to start with Jared Goff here?
yeah, let's start with Jared Goff.
He's better than what he was for the Rams. He has improved in my eyes.
I'd say that he's
I like B tier.
I'd say a B minus tier, but I'll put him in like a B tier right now.
Okay, I like it.
I mean, Justin Fields is just
He's down.
he's a C he's a C tier.
His stock has dropped this year.
I thought he started the year at like B minus tier, and now he's in solid C.
Yeah,
I would say he's like solid C tier.
I would still want him on the Patriots, but
Yes.
yeah, I'd say C tier today. Andy Dalton, they really haven't gotten much going. Andy Dalton's
on the Panthers now. He hasn't really played.
Yeah,
So if you're a backup, I would put you as a D tier.
yeah.
Because the
Panthers themselves just haven't got anything going.
No. Matt Ryan, no longer playing,
Matt
but still
Ryan.
an option on some teams. I would put him as
Does he get out of the D tier
I don't
right now? When he was on the Colts, it looked bad last year.
Yeah, I do not love I think Matt Ryan's honestly a D tier. I think he's in the same category as like an Andy Dalton.
How do you feel about Jameis Winston?
I think he's a solid C. I think he's better than a Matt Ryan or an Andy Dalton, but he's not as good as a Goff.
He is a slinger. He's a gunslinger. He throws as many picks as he does touchdowns. He's still better than like a Mac Jones level quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I put him in solid C.
I'll put him ahead of Justin Fields. Sam Darnold, the now backup quarterback for the 49ers.
Yeah, he
wow.
is a Debbie D.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold just trying to figure out his career. Mac Jones is on that path. The Sam Darnold route.
Not very promising.
Taysom Hill.
Wow, that's a.
I
would honestly put him.
As tight end for the Saints, also quarterback.
I would say he's honestly, as a quarterback, he's a D, but also
as a player,
he's a C.
He is a weapon.
Yeah, he's a weapon. So I would say
we'll give him a. He's better than these guys.
Yes.
What he brings to a team, he's way better than what Darnold and Ryan and Andy Dalton bring.
But I'd say as a quarterback, he's a Sam Darnold. But as an overall player, I would say he's definitely a C tier.
Yeah,
he's Jameis.
Do you think we have enough tiers? Because I'm looking at Joe Burrow here.
I would put him as an A tier. I think there's only
put him in the A tier.
I think there's only one or two guys who are S tier.
Okay,
maybe three.
Yeah,
I was thinking I'd put Joe Burrow as an A tier. If you want
Joe Burr.
Actually, here we go. This is going to be the question: is Rodgers an A tier as an S tier guy?
This is off of this season.
This is off of this season, so I would actually put Burrow as an S tier.
I'd say Joe Burrow is S tier.
I would actually say that. Thinking about it more.
He's definitely not number one, but he is on that level.
I would say it's definitely top 5.
Yeah. Just like knocking off the sack from last week against the Niners, still making a touchdown throw. It is ingrained in my head that he's on the top. Derek Carr,
the definition of mid.
Very much so. The Saints are in charge of the NFC South right now.
True.
He is the definition of mid, but
he is better than Jameis Winston.
He is on a higher level than these guys.
I will put him as the B minus tier.
The Saints are in control of the South. It's wild. They're gonna have a home playoff game this year at 5-5.
There we go. Hey, we need it.
Drew Lock, worse than mid.
Drew Lock.
He is down in D.
Go away.
In the dumps.
Down in the dumps.
And it just shows how messed up Seattle is that the fans are calling for Drew Lock to take over Geno Smith's spot.
Yep. Crazy. That's how bad it's got. Dak Prescott, my guy.
He's having a career year right now. Dak is going crazy.
I'd say he's
you put him in B?
Because I think he is actually, let me think.
I think he's in the A tier.
Who would be A tier? That would be the big thing. I would say that A tier is like Hurts,
Jalen
Lawrence,
Hurts,
and maybe Rodgers now. So is he on that level? Probably.
Dak this year
Probably this year. Yes.
looks
True.
better than Trevor Lawrence right now.
True.
In his entire career, like anything before this year, I labeled Dak as a consensus choker. This year, though, he looks so good. The Dallas pass game is just exploding. So I really like
I would
Dak
agree.
Prescott.
I think this year he's been definitely an A tier.
I think
That's
he's in
true.
the A tier.
I just have the bias against him because the years past.
It's valid. It's definitely valid. Baker Mayfield. You know, he is one of my dogs.
He is a dog.
But I have a lot of Tampa bias as well, you know.
Is he a C dog or a D dog?
I think he edges into C. Like the Bucks have been Bucks. It's not really an achievement anymore when you play the Bills, but the Bucks had a really good game against the Bills. Baker, he's got the weapons there. Godwin and Evans.
Yeah, I'd say he's a C tier.
I think he's better
he's a
than
tough one.
He's better than this D tier. This D tier is down right now.
And we got another member of the D tier.
Hey, there he is.
Zach Wilson.
Big Z. You know,
Big
him and Mac Jones are competing for 32nd ranked starting quarterbacks in the NFL right now.
Tommy DeVito might take that one.
Tommy DeVito is challenging at the bottom there. It's close.
Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz. Is he even in the league anymore? Like,
He got signed to the Rams, so he is on. I believe he's the Rams' backup quarterback now.
he's in the D tier.
I think he's high D tier. I think he's the best D
Up
tier.
front in the D tier.
I think he's. I mean, he's better than Darnold and Dalton, but I mean,
I definitely agree with how the D tier is panning out right now. Wilson at the bottom, Locke right with him.
I mean, Matt Ryan at this point. I know he's not in the league, but I mean, the last year in Indy was brutal.
Oh, it was bad. Last time I saw Matt Ryan, it was bad.
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence, probably in the A tier
'Cause I
like,
think
I'd put him over Goff and Carr.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
You know, and I mean the Jaguars are respectable, but they just got blown out last week. I'm not high on Jacksonville right now.
I mean, Davis Mills, is he still a backup on Houston? I mean,
dude, I don't think we have
do you have a CJ?
CJ Stroud in here.
Yeah, we do. We got a CJ Stroud in the middle right
Oh,
there.
okay. All right.
Good.
I was worried.
That's what I was thinking too. I didn't even see him.
So,
do we have a Bryce Young? We do have Bryce Young. Okay, good.
All right, we got the rookies in there. That's important.
I would say Davis Mills is a D tier just because he's a backup.
Yeah, he's down there with the backups in the D tier.
Like,
but where do you put him? Like behind Darnold?
Is he better than Dalton?
Nah, he's not better than Dalton.
Yeah, he's like right there.
Dalton's, a
He's still
solid
serviceable.
backup. He's like, is Cooper Rush on this? Because
Cooper Rush is on there.
he probably is the best backup on here.
Well, is Zappy on here?
Zappy Fever, right? And Malik Magic.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts, solid A tier, right?
I would say he's better than Lawrence, definitely. But is he better than Prescott?
He's having a down year.
He is. So I would put him, for this year, I'd put him right there.
But he's on the edge.
Yes.
He's definitely on the edge.
Ooh, Russell Wilson.
Russ had a awesome game last night. Once again, not really
Russell Wilson on here twice.
not really an achievement against the Buffalo Bills.
But he's looked better in recent weeks.
He has looked so like last year he'd be in D tier as a starting quarterback.
I might put him in B tier. I might put him with Derek Carr.
Okay. No, I mean he's been a lot better this year.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
You know,
I might put him like
go
B
with it.
minus,
like behind Derek Carr. All right.
This year, yeah.
Matty Ice down year.
I will put him there.
Put both the Russies together.
Matt Stafford. I mean, you talk about a fall from grace. I mean, everybody was praising them for that pick and for that trade. And I mean, this year
it was like a 2-year window, and now it's off the rails.
I would say he's better than Jameis. I would say I'm debating between low B tier and
high C.
I would say he's B still because I think he's in with Russell Wilson. I still think that because I think
that NFC West is bad too, and they just really blow. As much as I really like the Rams, he hasn't been good, Matt.
He has not.
I wanna put him high C, even though I'm a big Matty Ice guy.
I'll put him high C. We can always adjust these two as we go along.
Yeah,
these are also here's where it starts getting
Mr. Kirk
Cousins.
See, he was balling before he got hurt.
I would say he's Is he high B or I'd say he's high B because I think he still has limitations.
Even though this year he was, I mean, they had a tough start.
They did.
That stretch, the last 4 games before he got hurt, he looked insanely good.
I would
Without
say,
Jefferson.
I would say as a quarterback, he's
Making
a B
Addison
tier.
look good.
I would say as a quarterback, he's B tier.
All right. No,
I think this year he might be like A minus. But we got someone coming up in Tua who's kind of the same way.
Yeah, I feel like Kirk is just a step lower.
So you think he's first B?
Yeah, he's right there with Goff, probably.
So Tom Brady, here's a good question.
I mean, now
right now, what is he?
S.
You think he's
Like
still?
he hasn't even touched the sport in like 6 months. He's still the best player in the league.
Okay,
You know, he led the league in passing during his divorce.
that is true. Yeah, the guy can go through a divorce and
His
still.
QBR was still just off the charts, while like his entire
Life
was falling apart.
Yeah. So I mean,
And he was on a terrible team with Todd Bowles, like
Todd
running
Bowles,
the
yeah.
show. They were running Big Lenny,
yeah, they were running touchdown Lenny. I mean,
like as the running back. They had Rashad White redshirted,
yeah,
and Big Len was their running
was
back.
too big. Yeah,
Like,
just too.
Tom had nobody to work with, and he still got that team to the playoffs.
He is the ghost of Shaq Mason at his right guard.
Yeah, like
I mean,
straight
left
turnstiles.
Yeah,
like-
left tackle Donovan Smith. Who?
He was getting that team. He was getting
Yeah.
that team to the playoffs. TB12.
He always said football. I mean, he always said family and football.
Yep.
Now it's just football.
That family is football now. All right. So TB12 still holds on to S tier
Yeah,
in
okay.
our eyes.
Tua
Tua
turned the ball over.
turned the ball over. He has everything around him. Him and Micro Brock just shrink under pressure.
Oh, absolutely.
Both of them.
Oh, Tua turned the ball over in crunch time. Brock Purdy doesn't really know what's going on. I mean,
So do you have them? Do you have this guy in bottom A or top B?
this year, I'd probably have to put him in A.
Yeah, probably an A.
But I would take Lawrence over him right now, even though
yes, even though the way the teams are performing,
Mhm.
You definitely like Miami right now.
Yes.
But Miami hasn't beaten a good team, and I'm still saying it every single week. They have not beaten a good
well, they
team
beat the
yet.
Patriots, so that's a very good win.
That is true. You beat the New England Patriots. So we'll move into Lamar Jackson
Lamar
next.
Jackson, the running back playing quarterback.
Yes, the speedster over there in Baltimore. The Ravens are 7-2 right
I
now.
might have to put him in S tier this year.
They're 7-3 now.
They did, but they still scored
they
31
did lose
points.
to Cleveland.
But I would put him in S tier this year. I think he's up there with the. MVP conversation.
Yeah, he is having a career year.
I would put him low S tier.
Low S tier. We
High
gotta rank defenses
Yes.
on like the next tier Tuesday.
Danny
Daniel
Jones.
Big Danny.
Danny Jones.
Danny is a big D tier kind of guy
Absolutely.
in my eyes.
The best D tier guy, but
He's
80
right there with Danny and Darnold and Wentz.
yeah,
You know?
I mean Carson Wentz, Danny from New York,
Yeah, like
Sammy.
Danny has a really limited game. He's kind of like a discount Josh Allen with all the ego plays. I don't
He's a
like.
Saquon Barkley merchant. I mean,
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Danny Jones.
Nope.
Jimmy G over in Vegas. Vegas has not been great,
he has not been great.
and Jimmy once again hurt.
Benched, I think,
He's benched now too for Brian Hoyer.
for Aiden O'Connell.
Oh, for Aiden O'Connell, the young rookie.
I mean, I think he's like on the same tier as like Justin Fields.
He's probably better than Fields right now, but not as good as Baker.
No, that's what I would say. I mean, he still has a chance to turn it around. I'll give it to him, but like, meh.
Yeah.
Nah.
Mike White.
The GOAT.
He is a Mr. Gunslinger. He got the Jets to actually win games last year.
Now he's with.
Now
Now he's
backup,
vibing in
right?
Miami.
Back up in Miami.
Yeah, I mean D tier.
Yeah, but
He's like
probably the top of the D tier, right? I mean,
I would
do you,
personally.
do you like
I would
Danny
take
Jones or
personally. I would take
Wentz?
Danny Jones just because he can run a little bit more.
Okay.
But-
Mike White is a sniper, though.
Mike White is a sniper, cold-blooded killer. I'll put him at the top.
All right. I appreciate that. That's my guy.
I get a Mike White.
That's my guy, Mike White. I'm a big fan. Cooper Rush. Now, this guy is a stud.
He's a stud.
He is stud material.
Jerry Jones is like favorite child.
Yeah, like this might be the only backup that makes the C tier.
Yeah, him. I mean, Jameis
Winston in the C tier, gunslinger, but
I mean, they signed
inaccurate.
Carr. So I
Yep.
mean, I would put Cooper Rush honestly above Jimmy G. I think he's like a little bit worse than Baker
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
because I think he's basically a poor man's version of Baker Mayfield.
Yeah,
Like I mean, but that's really good as a backup.
but Baker is more aggressive and
Yes.
Rush is a little more reserved, which is why I like that.
Oh, we got the God.
Big Gardner,
Minch.
Mr. Slinger, Minshew madness.
Yes.
The way he plays in the pocket freaks me out, man.
He had clean pockets the other day. He just runs out.
Yeah, he just runs right out and makes like off balance throws.
But the
He's
mullet,
not afraid.
but the mullet might put him into C tier.
He has the most swag out of any of the quarterbacks in the draft. I mean, in the list except for TB12. Like he has
I mean, the guy's got.
Mr. Minshew.
I mean, the guy reps Movember 12 months a year.
Yes.
He's got a mullet. He wears a headband. I mean,
Nah,
that's got to account for something.
He definitely boosts his stock.
I mean, I saw him vibing to the German national anthem the other day.
Oh yeah,
He was having the time of his life over there.
he is something. Do you put him
I might put him.
ahead of Jameis?
I mean, yeah,
I think he's like right behind Matty Ice.
that's right. I would agree. I mean, he should be starting on the team right now.
Yeah. Gardner. We should have Gardner Minshew on our team.
Yeah.
Like we could use him.
Not my quarterback.
Now we got Mr. J Love, who has been pretty bad
Love.
this season, except for last week. They had a really good game against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and his superstar, supposed young wide receiver Christian Watson is having the worst sophomore slump I've ever seen.
Guy can't catch a ball.
He has butterfingers for hands. He's working with Romeo Dobbs
Yeah.
and like Tunyon
Yeah, Robert Tunyon.
as the tight end. There's not much for J Love to work with, but he's been solid. I think he stays at a D tier.
I think he's
Probably you put him
Best
at the
D-
top
top
of D tier.
Yeah, top of D tier.
Better than worse than Fields. See, the Packers are doing better.
There we
than
go.
the Bears
Yes,
by a lot
I think
right now.
I think Justin Fields also has more to work with. I think he has DJ Moore.
Yeah.
He's got Khalil Herbert, the
Yep.
GOAT.
And they have a really good running back too there.
Yeah, and I mean, Aaron Jones has been hurt, and AJ Dillon's too busy playing Farming Simulator to actually work on his reps.
Exactly.
So I mean,
yeah. So I like that J Love spot.
Mhm.
All right, now Aaron Rodgers coming off of the Achilles.
mid-December return possible.
4 plays into the season.
I would put him
If he comes in,
if he comes in. I'm going to put him as he's going to be very limited.
maybe at the top of B or like.
I'd still say because of his football IQ, I think he's the best B tier quarterback. He's going to be limited.
Is he
so he's-
worse than Tua when he comes back?
Yes, because I think he's going to have limitations. I think he can be a statue in there. He won't be able to
Yeah.
run.
Yeah, they have to
So he's
beef
going to
up
have.
the line.
But when he gets healthy, easy, like right here.
Yeah, easily probably.
I think he's just going to be limited a little bit.
Yeah,
Patty Mahomes, S tier.
he's the best.
Doesn't even need to be said.
Yeah.
Tyler Huntley.
Tyler Huntley.
He's a good backup. Good serviceable backup.
Yeah.
I might put him in C. I might put
You
him.
think he makes C tier
I think he might be right
behind
before-
Justin Fields?
right before Justin Fields. I saw him win a few games when Lamar decided to get hurt.
Yeah.
Decided to get
Oh,
hurt. God.
yeah. No, he won a. Didn't he win? Did he win a playoff game last year? He won a big game last year.
He won
for
like the
Ravens.
second to last game or something like that to get him into the playoffs. They
Yeah.
lost to the Bengals, but Lamar was hurt.
Oh, but it was a close game in the playoffs that
Yes.
they lost. It was like a pick in the end zone, barely. I like Tyler Huntley.
I do
He's a
too.
good player. Jacoby Brissett.
My goat. My
Yeah.
goat.
Mr.
Mr.
QB
Third
Merchant.
Yeah, Mr. Third stringer on the Pats. I mean, he's a D tier. He's on the Commander.
He had that Brown starting roster last year for like half the season, and he looked terrible.
Yeah, he was just.
He had like Amari Cooper, Nick Chubb, Donovan's People-Jones, and he looked terrible.
Yeah, I mean, David Njoku.
David Njoku, like that he is not good.
I mean, he's
do you put him ahead of Wentz? They're both bad. He's ahead of Darnold.
I put him like right there.
Yeah, I think
Wentz
has
better.
a little
bit. Yeah. CJ Stroud.
Now this kid is the hot commodity right now. He is the ticket next guy.
I would put him in B. I know it might sound crazy. I might put him in B already.
Yeah, he's
nine.
not as good as Goff, but I think he's better than Carr right now.
Yes, right now I'd put him.
And Goff, it's close. Like he can take over Goff soon.
I would say Goff.
This is a coin flip.
That's like right there. But I mean, Houston has found.
But he's working with so much less. He's making Tank Dell and Nico Collins look really good, and Dalton Schultz is like a huge player for them now.
Yeah, and I mean,
CJ Stroud is elevating players. I kind of want to put him ahead of Goff,
yes.
but not on the Cousins level yet.
No. Or do we?
Now the Lions look amazing, but they have Goff. Goff is basically just Mac Jones' ceiling, where he doesn't elevate any talent around him.
He's got Amon-Ra
St. Brown, and
who's the other guy?
Sam Laporta.
Yeah, Sam Laporta's a beast. And he's got the two running back monsters.
Yes.
Gibbs and Montgomery.
Yeah, they have to get superstars around Goff, whereas CJ Stroud is turning
Tank Dell and
Nico Collins
into
absolute studs.
Prime Moss and Welker.
Yes. CJ Stroud is the next TV. That kid is crazy.
Kenny Pickett.
Mr. Fraud. This guy sucks.
He's a D.
He's in D tier. Yeah.
I put him ahead of Daniel Jones, but I mean,
he's basically Daniel Jones part 2.
Yes.
You know, like, and I'm happy because I hate Pittsburgh, so I'm fine with him sucking and them believing in him. Will Levis, Mr. Mayo Coffee.
Mr. Eats the banana peel.
Eats the banana peel, puts the mayonnaise in the coffee. Definitely an oddball. Definitely tanks the stock just a little bit.
Oh, he might be undraftable. He's one of those guys.
He's not afraid to sling it, but you know the Titans really can't get a pass game going at all.
I mean, I would put.
You throw him in D tier.
I would say he's like
yeah,
right there, like,
maybe
ahead of Wentz.
No, I'm thinking more like behind Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, because he still has a lot to learn. I mean, there's a reason why he's a.
But he can't even get DeAndre Hopkins when he has like 4 feet of separation. He still can't hit DeAndre Hopkins. So I'm worried about them. That's for sure.
Big
Desmond Ridder here.
I mean, big fan of him in college, but I mean,
they haven't done anything.
He got benched.
This is the team of disappointment right now.
He got benched for what's his name, Taylor Heineke.
Yeah,
another one of the goats.
This guy, the Falcons are a mess.
I mean, he's like a
Matt Ryan level.
Yeah, he's like a Matt Ryan. I mean, he just cannot move the ball up and down the field.
Nah. Now this kid is wild.
Sam Howell,
Sam Howell.
Mr. Sam Howell. I mean, I'm putting him ahead of Jameis.
Like I like it. He's a lot like a Jameis Winston.
I don't know if he's ahead
of Minshew. Put him at Minshew Magic. See, the swag out of Minshew is crazy.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it boosts him up.
But I like Sam Howell right behind Matty Ice.
I do too.
At this moment,
I think he might be the most underrated young quarterback.
Yeah,
nobody talks about him, and I mean,
he is exciting.
Stetson Bennett.
Who?
Before Zach Wilson.
Down there with a big Z at the bottom.
Hendon Hooker, another guy. I mean, who?
Out of the league for a while. Bryce Young, who?
Yeah, I mean, Bryce Young, number 1 overall pick. I mean, he's playing like.
This kid looks like such a bust.
Yeah,
he's tiny.
I will give him the benefit of the doubt
on the ceiling. That's all he has
I will put him ahead of Andy Dalton.
It's Trey Lance. He's exactly Trey Lance.
No, it's Trey Way.
You know, like this is just all based on a ceiling.
I mean, he's ahead of.
It's a fireable offense. Is trading up for Bryce Young and then drafting him number 1 overall.
Steaming pile of trash right here. It's Sam Darnold, Bryce Young, and Andy Dalton. All three of the last quarterbacks of the Panthers. I mean,
Yeah, oh my god.
It's bad.
It's bad. Anthony Richardson,
I think he's a C tier.
he is a fun prospect. I
I
think he's in the C tier.
I think he's like slightly below like a Huntley.
Okay. No,
Actually, he's ahead of Fields. I think he
yeah,
proved more than Fields.
yeah, he's not quite Jordan Love yet, but
I mean,
he
Fields,
looks like a perfected Justin Fields right now.
he can throw the ball.
He
Justin
can throw
Fields
it.
is a
Fields
runner.
can't hit anything.
No.
He
Oh.
doesn't know how to throw a football.
Look, who we got next.
Micro. Now, Mr. Micro, I think he's a C tier quarterback.
I think he's the epitome
I
of
think
C tier.
he is the definition of mid. He has had everything, the Avengers,
Mhm.
the like secret forces. This guy is probably where Jordan Love is, maybe.
A little bit better. Yeah. He can make some throws, but I mean,
Like if Mac Jones was
Ugh.
on the 49ers, it would probably look like this, just a little worse. You know, just the best running back, the best line, the best weapons, and you know, it's just NFL on easy mode, really.
exactly.
All right, now we got Mr. Josh, who
I would put him in A.
ego is getting in the way. In years past, you would put him on the S tier here, but this year,
I'd put him below Hurts. I would put him like right here.
yeah,
I might put him like,
I think Hurts is a smarter quarterback than Josh right now,
yes, I agree.
and I think Josh is slightly more talented than Trevor. I mean, he's more talented than Trevor Lawrence, but there's room for Trevor
I
in the
agree.
future. At this point, though, I like where Josh Allen is. All right, this
Trey
guy
Lance.
might be at the bottom right here,
Trey
like
Lance
with
is
Zach.
worse than Zach Wilson.
Yeah,
He couldn't even. I mean,
he
he's
can't
a
even
third
get on the
string.
field.
He's a third string.
Behind
Got beat
Mr.
up-
Cooper
Got beat up by Sam Darnold in camp and
Yeah.
and Micro.
and Micro. So really, Trey Lance, that just goes to put you into perspective on where he belongs on the list.
Kyle Trask, even lower than Trey Lance. Who are you? Are you a quarterback?
Yeah, I mean, Kyle Trask, he's right down there at the bottom. I
Former
think
runner-up for the Heisman at Florida. Big Gator.
that's where they belong.
Geno Smith.
Geno Smith. He's probably in the C tier or the
I
B
think
tier,
he's right here.
right behind Sam Howell.
Yeah, I think he's a little bit better than Gardner Minshew. I think he's a little better arm. The swag's not there, obviously, but
But yeah, he took Seattle pretty far last year. But he is pretty mid. You know, like
Yeah.
that's where he goes. All right, now you got Mr. Back Attack. Throw him right there. I think
no, he's better than those. He's better
better-
than those guys. He's probably like actually he's better than.
you put him ahead of Zach Wilson right now. See, I don't know about that. I think he's like 31st overall out of all the starters.
Like, is he there? Look at 3 busts in the same.
That draft is terrible, man.
and then you have Trevor Lawrence and who was the other one? Was it Tua turned the ball over? No,
No, that was the year before. It was Trevor went first.
Matt.
Uh,
Trey Lance.
Trey Lance was the second one. Zach Wilson
Fields.
was the second one.
Fields.
Fields, yeah.
I mean,
Fields in the
just
mid
ugh.
tier, but Fields is honestly on his way down.
Ryan Tannehill, the definition of just
He's
a
worse
Derek-
than mid. He's bad. Ryan Tannehill's been bad for so long.
I'd say he's like D tier. He's high D tier, but
Yeah, I think he's like Kenny Pickett level bad.
Yeah.
Like maybe he might be worse than Kenny Pickett, and Kenny Pickett sucks. All right. I think Tannehill third and D is fine. Taylor Heineke,
my goat.
he also sucks. But like
He's better.
he's better than the other options.
I think he might be the best D tier quarterback. I think he's better than.
Better than my goat, Mike White, Mr. Flight. I mean,
Yeah, I mean
It's a coin flip there.
It's Taylor Heineke. I mean,
Yeah.
you're not expecting a lot.
yeah, XFL,
Legend.
Proto J. All right, Mr. Fortnite here. Kyler Murray.
Call of Duty's coming out tomorrow, or
Ca-
it came out yesterday. So I mean,
Yeah.
double XP weekend's coming up. So I don't know what he's gonna
That
be
might
doing.
drop his stock a little further.
I mean, I'd say he's like high C.
You put him in high C?
He might
I
even be.
think mid C.
You think like?
Well, all right. He's probably better than James Winston.
I think he's better than Geno. Like
yeah.
at his full
So you
potential.
put him ahead of Sam.
Not yet. No.
Mr. Gunslinger in Washington.
No, Mr. Gunslinger. No.
All right, no, I'm fine with Kyler being there. I mean, that team was good when he was a rookie.
Yeah.
But ever since,
He just looks like
they're a mess.
You know that meme of the mini Shrek running around the dog course?
yes,
He just looks like that running around.
that's what. Yeah,
I can't get out of my head. I just picture him.
and that is the ceiling of Bryce Young.
Yeah, I mean
That is the best you'll get out of
mini
Bryce Young.
Shrek. Yes.
Mini Shrek. All right, now this is Mr. Underperformance.
I think honestly,
He has the ego of Josh Allen these days.
I have never seen it. I mean, it wasn't his fault this last game, but I mean, he's let his team down. He's better than I think he's better than this, but I would say it's.
Well, I'd like C.J. Stroud over him right now,
Which
is a hot take.
I think Justin Herbert is one of the more overrated guys in the league.
Yeah.
I mean, he got $260 million.
Yeah, he got a bag, but he has the best weapons around him, you know?
I mean, that team's just
But they don't know how to play defense. They're the most Los Angeles team I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
High flying.
Couldn't care.
So that is our tier list for the NFL quarterbacks. We'll be back at you next week for another Tier Tuesday where we'll do NFL defense.
I like it.
That'll be fun. Take care, everybody. Have a good day.